This is great. Okay. My buddy Black Maze, the creator of XGR, which is a racing league, Extreme G Racing. Love what he's created. And we talked about derelicts. We've talked so much about derelicts in what I call dynamic wrecks and what I'd like to see with player interaction and player ships crashing in the same manner that these derelicts are. And of course, they won't be as amazing or have the same amount of work that these artists are putting in these derelict areas. But we were just fascinated with it. And then, interestingly enough, I didn't know that this was even like connected. Our viewers here, our community, they were like, DG, this is one of XGR's racetracks. Like the what we are watching in Inside Star Citizen, I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh, this will be so cool. Like we can have like pirate orgs take in these derelicts and make them bases, and imagine when permanence actually hits, you know, and persistence actually hits in a way where like it's there. You can make these derelicts your bases of operations and have like these cool land wars. And here I am talking about all these like amazing things that are just hitting my noggin, right? And then like I'm getting people in the comments section of the video saying, hey DG, this is an XGR racetrack that CIG literally like traced out and mapped out and laid down derelicts to make it like an official like memorial. And I was like, oh, holy shit, that's awesome. Black Maze must be like super happy about this. You know, like Black Maze must be like, whoa, shit. Cloud Imperium actually made like one of our racetracks have like derelicts in it. So let's check it out, because I'll tell you what, I would love to watch a race at this area right now. This is great. So let's hear about Black Maze and how CIG built a racetrack for them, essentially, which is awesome. That relationship between the developers and the people backing this project is of utmost importance.
At the start of the 2952 Stanton Cup, we said that XGR was emerging from the underground.
I'd love to if I had some time off, Luigi.
Batch,
shoot me the details.
CIG
hopefully I can. If not, I'm sorry, dude. My life's so busy. Whoa. Okay, yeah. This is awesome. I'm so excited. This is great.
A quick rewind. Osashis and I were scouting tracks for the Stanton Cup.
Wow.
And Cleo provided us with the perfect set of canyons for our very first canyon racetrack. We spent a few days carving out a real track with interesting turns like Drifter's Paradise. We mapped it out with a track guide and a fly-through, and went racing with the XGR community.
Wow.
We've held various race days at our snake pit since, and saw the likes of time trial master Splen setting countless laps to maintain the world record. In comes CIG, inspired and ready to mingle.
It really is an incredible time for racing in the verse. We were aware that CIG wanted to build a racetrack, and rather than reinventing the wheel and building something from scratch, they took a look at the race-proven courses we already had. Then they decided to build around one of our community's favorite courses, the Snake Pit.
Wow. Wow.
On Cleo. CIG has done a wonderful job of keeping the flow and spirit of the original course, but adding so much in terms of track marking, clear obstacles, and a general look and grandeur.
Track marking, right? Okay, I gotta, since Donnie's here, I say this over and over again, this would be the easiest thing to do and put in the game. And since Donnie's here again, I'm going to put this video up here. These racing beacons would be phenomenal because you could use them as an in-game asset and place them down for XGR, for Atmo Esports, for all these racing leagues out there. I love what Astro Chronicles is doing. He's theory crafting these racing beacons that you can put in the game. And let me show you the finished product here. When you place them, they're markers. They're literally markers for racing. Now, I don't know how many people have seen this. Not many. And I've talked about this a lot. This only has 1,700 views, right? But I'm really trying to push for this because you can change color. You can change diameter of the ring. You can set them in different atmospheres. He had one different asset per like area that you go to. One for here. Let me show you. It's pretty cool here. Let's go to this section. each different area, whether you're in your space, whether you're on ground, and he's I love what the man is doing. It's awesome. And to combine that so that, like this is intuitively telling you, okay, this is the course, right? Because, and I'm not discounting what's being done here, by the way. I love what Cloud Imperium did, but it would still be easier and great for the racing community to have these beacons. Like really, imagine being able to be part of a racing league and just go to an area and set something down that you can, change the physical dimensions and proportions of these things so that racers know exactly where it is they go on each track that's set up. That would be such a lifesaver for these racing leagues. And I don't think it's something out of question. I think that's something that could be put in the game. I don't think it's hard to do. I don't know. The link to the video, hold on one second. Let me get it back up here. I'll put it right here, Donnie, so you can see it. Let me put it in chat. It's great because I love when Donnie's here. There you go, bud. There's the link to the video. And I just think that it's so organic of an idea. I really think it's such a great idea because it wouldn't be hard to implement it, and it would be used organically so that more and more people can have events, which is really what Chris, I believe, wants, and really what Cloud Imperium wants is more player content. Like if it can happen organically and players can create the content in the game, you won't have so many people shouting like game loops, blah, 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 because like we've always been the driver behind the game loops. Like the citizens have really always been the game loop. Like let's be real here. That's what a real MMO, that's, back in the day, OG style, we were always the content. We're still the content. And in games like Star Citizen, we are still the content. And that feels very liberating. That is like a great experience, knowing that the people who are making this game are focusing on the gamer and letting the gamer have the freedom to create content within the game is truly what an MMO should support. Like at the end of the day, the best MMOs always focused on the fact that it gave the power to the gamer and allowed the gamer to have some type of effect in the MMO. It's like really what it's about.
Of the track. I got my first chance to fly down and run some laps just this morning, and I have to say that I'm absolutely blown away. It's pretty surreal to see a brainchild of Maze and Mind come to light in a whole new form.
Right, Shep.
If you want to run the track, you can. For now, you'll need to head over to the PTU, but soon enough, this will make its way to live for you to enjoy. If you fancy time trialing this baby in your own time, simply head to the website scr.gg and find the track guide and rules there. We'll update them very soon. If you'd like to run this one live with XGR, join our 2952 Stanton Cup, and we'll be racing there in September.
Yeah.
A huge thanks again to
love
everyone
what XGR
at CIG
and Black Mace and Luigi and everybody involved with XGR. I love what they're up to. I just love it.
Potential.
I absolutely love that. Like really, XGR is killing it. They're keeping it up. The cup they've got running this year, it's just great. It goes through I think the end of the year actually. Yeah. Donnie says, well, that's usually what a sandbox game is. The devs build things that allow a player to get creative, right. We just take it a step further when we can and find ways to improve the community's ideas. Right. And then make sure that there's no exploits that ruin the gameplay. And, that's exactly what the devs should be focused on. And, the more that game developers focus on a natural, organic game design, I think the more successful the title is. And you can look back at past titles that were super successful. I mean, SWG, EVE Online. There's so many different examples you can see. And you can see how they got squashed. You can see what killed them as well. I mean, when Pro Abyss took over, it became all about DLC and skins. And, they effed the economy and everything. So, so you also have to be careful as a game developer not to poo on your own creation. All right, back to the show. I'm a professional.
professional. I'm a professional. I'm a professional. I'm a professional. I'm a professional.